comfortable?
Well, yeah, feels like that's good. That's
Okay.
good.
Jim's starting to get picky. Actually, patients that are picky are fully adrenalized. So if you have a patient all of a sudden that's pretty laid back, gets to be a little picky on you, you might want to start looking at maybe they're shifting. I use Blue Periphery Wax. It's by Surgident. Love this stuff. And they have some yellow stuff that stains the teeth as a periphery wax. I don't like that. It stains the acrylic when we use it. But this stuff's sticky and firm enough to get some contact onto the dry appliance. I have PIP on it there now, so what we're going to do is take Jim's blood pressure one more time, and then I'm going to take it out, and I'm going to put periphery wax on it, just to kind of screw up the contours a little bit, like maybe an oversized crown or a partial that's too wide, or we're not going to make it too thin. That's another thing that happens.
A guinea pig.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that. I was trying to think how I could say that embellished with good language.
Yeah, okay.
Test rabbit.
It's okay.
Well, actually, the reason we stayed with this is because, when we got the echocardiogram out there, the four of us pitched in and got a cardiac nurse and a cardiac sonographer that actually worked in the hospital, moonlighting, and we were each testing our appliance out. When it got my turn, they greased up my chest and put the probe on there. And the guy looked over and he said, "Dr. Rhodes, you had right-sided heart failure." And I said, "I just came to test my appliance, He said, "Don't joke, look at that thing." And it was just like it's going to pop.
Wow.
And Dr. Robson worked on the appliance and worked on it, and he got the thing laying nice and doing good. I didn't even know I had the problem. So the three of us that have stayed the longest after he passed, it's because it saved our lives. Our family has benefited from it, and our patients have. So we're excited to be trying to get this out to other people. So what we're probably going to do, because that left side is so critical, we're going to make it fat again. I took the acrylic off, when we got a good pulse and oxygen and blood pressure especially. But we'll see what this looks like now that we've been monkeying around with the chair. Make sure we got something to test the effect of the wax on. It's kind of that show where they anesthetize people or put them under. It's like Grey's Anatomy, but or the doctor shows, and they're putting each other to sleep. Seeing how close you can get to death. And their experience is under. So this is your 138 over 81. And we went from 129, I think. So that's like a 9-point swing. Still would like you to be 120 over 80. Let's take it out and see before we add the wax. Something that happens when you leave appliance in for a while, you see all of the wear on the left. It's too thick. It's not bad at first, but you see as time goes on, this is really different than that. We want this to be kind of like that. So this is too much. It worked to get the blood pressure down, but it's not holding. It's not the sweet spot. So I'm going to recommend that when you see something not making sense, let the patient wear it for a while and see what they they continue to mark. And this is what's happened. So I'm going to lighten this whole side. In other words, bring it in a little bit. Still having the ratio of the bulk here and then less here. We call that big guy, little guy, big guy. So we're trying to get the tongue to come forward and in a proper fashion. So I'm going to put it on its model so I can support it. And then I'm going to cut the grooves in, and I think we'll get it. I see that we might want to alter. I use a blue and red pencil, and you can make different lines different places. So each one of these grooves, this is, the tongue comes in here. This is his first molar. That's where the tongue comes in, and comes in here, 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 back here, and then his second molar. So that's first molar, second molar. This is really critical, that mark right there. Now he doesn't have a second molar here, so we got to kind of help. That's where it would be. And then if he had a bicuspid here, that's where that would be. And this is where his bicuspid cuspid is. So I'm drawing the lines so I can see them when I put the appliance on. So you're at a higher level. That's being blocked right there. That's not this. This is the bicuspid area. We're going to reduce that a little bit. I don't have to do anything over here. There is another line that I have drawn. I'll do it in blue. There's a central line. This is off the side. Coming right off the back of the eye tooth, parallel to the central. Back of the eye tooth, parallel to the central. Okay, so now you've got where the tongue is going through the grooves and braziers, and then you've got the central groove. So this follows the lateral palatal line up. But this is, these lines then are where the tongue is being blocked. So you can see, I was talking about back here getting in the back, you know, with the coming in the central groove through that back line. But she's having, this is where the problem is, right here. I'm glad it happened because you can kind of see, if I take care of that right there, I think we're going to notice a big difference. I'm going to do a little adding of wax too right here. I think when the tongue comes out, it needs to get bumped over a little bit more. So I'm going to put a little wax right here in that spot, and smear it around and get it so that you still get in that cusp. There you go. Now, that's a little exaggerated, and we'll press it down in a minute with there you go. Okay, so now the only problem is we got that right on the line, and this is where the groove should be, and then we got it. So this is second molar, big bulge back here, coming in this groove like that. Okay, and something to hold the tongue, and then here is the mesiobuccal of that bicuspid. So we're going to cut that down. Every mouth you do, you just do the same lines, the same thing. So as you finish, you're going to end up, this is going to be shaped kind of like a heart. This is the mesiobuccal groove of the first molar, coming down.